The moment Everest hung up the call, Marshall felt the flood of emotions overwhelm him. Everyone has been crying and griefful that he is alive. His parents were there too, holding each other as they told him they love him. Ryder's face was the happiest he had ever seen, and then there were the pups. They missed him. They were mourning for him. He thought they didn't want him, but he is wrong. They searched everywhere, even though a storm, to find him. He never heard so many apologies at once. He could still hear them in his head. Marshall wanted nothing more than to leap out of a bed, rush down to Adventure Bay, and hug them all until his front paws fell off. But then Marshall remembered how they hurt him, yelled at him. His heart began to feel like it's in pain again. He could still remember those harsh words that drove him to do this. But they looked so sorry. He closed his eyes. He wanted to forgive his friend, but he really did. But what if this has happened again? He could stay with Paw Patrol. Can he trust them? He had to make sure. Jake Everest, can you do something for me? Okay. What is it, Marshall? Can you act like you're basically some kind of a two people or one guy and one pup? Basically feel like you're all mad at people or who are trying to get inside of this cabinet. Makes you feel like that the others are basically look like some bad people who are trying to break into some doors and steal their things. Does that sounds fine?
So you want us to pretend like we're mad and then you wanted to threaten them?
Yes. Okay. Whatever you say, so. I guess so. We'll try. The moment the call ended, everyone got into their vehicles, rushed off for Jake's Mountain, sirens blaring. He was pretty sure that everyone's in Adventure Bay was confused by this. But that wasn't important. The important thing is that Marshall, his brother, was alive. Chase wanted to cry. He probably was. But he was too busy rushing ahead of the rest of the pack as they drove up the mountain. Chase had so many things he wanted to say to Marshall, but most importantly was to apologize. He didn't care if Marshall forgave him or not. He just wanted to hug him and tell him how he's sorry. He looked behind him and he saw the rest of the Paw Patrol, Ryder's ATV, and his father's truck containing Kate and Marshall's parents. Looking up, he saw his crush, Sky, not too far behind him. He blushed thinking about how they confused just moments ago. They were about to kiss. Are we boyfriend and girlfriend now? He knew they had to have a talk to each other, but only after they had talked to Marshall first. Before he knew it, he reached the main cabin where Jake and Everest lived and was about to rush inside when the said puppy owner stood in front of their doors. Wow, dude, you can't go in there yet. We need to talk. Jake, you have to let me in. I need to see Marshall.
Well, apparently he said to wait. If you actually use your head to charge, you won't do something stupid like you did to Marshall.
What did you say? I'm his best friend.
At least, I was a better friend than you six were.
You don't...
Chase, heal!
What's going on here?
I don't know. Marshall told us to do this, and I know it sounds stupid, but still. I don't want to make things so hard to it at any time, but What I do know is that it feels. I mean, it's some kind of stupid, but I mean, I wish I wanted to understand it the most.
Oh. But look, I know you're trying to do this for Marshall, but even though he sounds like he's upset, but still, that doesn't mean like you had to do the same way as how he told you to do. But listen, I know, Chase, you wanted to see Marshall, but yelling at the ones who save him isn't going to help anything. Oh, I'm sorry, you're right, Everest. I haven't been a good friend. I have to make this horrible mistake happen. Just please forgive me.
I'll forgive you if Marshall does, which leads us to what he need to talk about.
Marshall wants to talk to you in 3 groups. Dude, he's been through a lot and wants to get some stuff out of his chest. Does he hate us? We don't know. That's up to you guys to find out. Well, I don't know. Something I just don't know. Maybe there is obvious things we should think about it.
Yeah. Maybe we had to do something about it.
Yet we desire it. Our action caused all this to happen. If Marshall can't forgive me and the other pups, I'll just live the burden for the rest of my life. Who's going first?
He wants his parents first.
Hey, Mom. Hey, Dad.
I miss you.
I thought you died. No. I'm just still alive, but even though I survived through that bear attack, but the important thing is that I missed you. I thought I was going to die, but I didn't.
What are you thinking about, Marshall? You almost died out there. How could you do something so stupid as you run away from home? If you were that upset or need to be away for a while, you could have told us, or we could have been taking you home. Instead, we thought you. Oh, when we heard you die, we thought our world would have been falling apart. We didn't know what to do. Could we have gone on without our baby son?
I didn't mean to make you cry. It's so stupid. And I'm sorry. I'll never run away again. It's okay, Marshall. You're safe thanks to Jake and Everest. That's all that matters. Yeah, I own them a lot. In fact, Everest, you have my permissions to marry my own son. Welcome to the family.
What?
What?
Dad? Just ignore him. He's being an idiot again.
What? I'm just trying to lighten the mood for a bit. Come on. I'm really sorry that I ran away. If you wanted to bring me home as a punishment, I understood. Don't you want to stay with the Paw Patrol? I don't know. What if Ryder is upset with me? What about the pups? And what they told to me? Marshall, your friends were all mourning for you at your funeral just a few hours ago. They regret what they did and show how much they love you by looking for you, non-stopping. Did you know that they offered to be punishment by us for what they did? They did? Why?
Because they thought they were responsible for your death. They submitted judgment to us. We could have done anything to them, but we chose to forgive them. Just one look into their eyes, and we could tell they have been taking everything back that they said about you.
I see.
Did they regret it that much?
After a long talk in a hug section with his parents, Marshall called Ryder and his dad. Kate decided to stay behind, seeing as this was a family thing and she was the only here for support. When Marshall saw his owner's face to face for the first time in days, as he jumped in bed and out of the bed into his arms, laughing and licking him, Ryder, with tears in his eyes, last as he hugged his fire pup harder than he could do. Good to see you're among the living, Marshall. Thanks, Professor. I'm sorry if I wasn't a good pup. What do you mean, Marshall? I ran away and worried everyone. Even worse, I made you all think that I was dead. And I'm so sorry. If you don't want me anymore, if for what I did, I understand. Don't even ever say that, Marshall. You're one of my pups. If anything was my entire fault, I'm responsible for you, and I failed. I'm so sorry. Ryder, it's not your fault. It's mine. I run away. But I should have stopped you, or known what the other pups did to say. Did I tell anyone I should have gone thank to you, or should I have gone to talk to you? Enough! The truth is here, a lot of the blame for, but there is no point in thinking about it. It's all in the past. You know? Well, yeah. You see, you two found each other, and you've learned from your mistakes. That's the most important part. Really? Ryder, didn't you not scold the pups for their actions and organize the best rescue you could find, Marshall? Never once giving up until I seen all was lost. But you did your best to rescue Marshall and show how you much care for him. But most importantly, you kept calm when the situation called for it. And I didn't say that you could have prevented this. Your pups should have known better than you do, or to do what they did. And I have a feeling that they know better now, thanks to this experience. Marshall, what you did was foolish, but we understand you were hurt. But never think that there wasn't someone out there who loves you. You are family to me and Ryder, and he always be there for you. And I know that most times it's never been the easy. But sometimes people has these hard feelings towards people. But that's the most thing that we ever felt the most. Because the way how people feels, it just make them feel like they've been heart bleeding or is heartbreaking. It just feels everybody that way. But he always be there for you. And I know you may be thinking that pups betray you, but friends fights all the time. But, back then I have these two pups named Alfred and George. They always keep fighting after what's the best life or the best bone, They always keep fighting for bones and bones. They surely whatever things they can ever do to try to eat something a little bit more approve about bones. But everything that they did, it always feel like it's that kind of opinion about that. But I said to this, hey, it's okay to fight. Everybody fights these days. But everyone knows how everybody feels. It's just that way. But here's an important thing that you must know. No fighting is no important than friendships. But your friends care about you. Did you know that Chase and Sky fought the bear together because they believe it kill you? What? That bear. That one that hurt me. Yep. Chase and Sky ignore my orders to come home because of the storm. They continue to look for you. They fought that bear and won for you. Oh. I didn't know that. That sounds cool. Exactly, right? Everybody knows. It sounds very hard thing to do. And that's what you do for friendships. They always look out for each other. And that's why every friendship makes you feel that we must stay focused. It makes you feel like you're safety for now. Ryder, I think I need to talk to the pups.